Alrighty, so we are only a few weeks away from the 10th anniversary, and we are starting to sort of see the puzzle pieces come together for what we can be expecting. So with that being said, today I want to talk about 5 characters who I think will EZA during this 10th anniversary. Sort of talk about how they'll be good, what type of impact they'll have on the game moving forward, all that fun stuff. Now, again, with this 10th anniversary, they are going to be, or they are promoting it as if it's going to be something pretty grand. So I would expect that there will be even more than these 5 characters who will be EZAing during the 10th anniversary, but I just want to talk about 5 major ones here that should get the people going, right? It's, you know, it should be good, right? So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll kind of just talk for each one for a few minutes, right? Talk about like why I think they potentially will be EZAing and stuff like that. But let's get started with the easy ones, right? The ones that we've been talking about really since the 6th anniversary LR's EZA'd, and that is going to be the Year 7 EZAs. Now, these are pretty significant characters because these guys were the first characters to introduce the 200% leader skills to Dokkan. So getting 200% leader skill EZA is a very, very significant thing here, right? And when we think about what this Gogeta's or Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta's leader skill is here, depending on what the anniversary looks like, there is a very good chance that this is going to be a straight up 200% for one of the anniversary characters. But again, I don't really know how much that matters because there's probably a pretty good chance that like if there's a Super Vegito or a Super Gogeta that comes out during the anniversary, it's probably going to look something like Fused Fighters, just pure 200, right? So I wouldn't get my hopes up too much, but again, it is just a nice little alternative where this guy's leader skill being Fused Fighters and then a Kamehameha 200% is very good because like the synergy between Fused Fighters and Kamehameha really kind of just links up well, right? So I think that this leader skill should be very good. And already off the bat with the base form here, I see that we have, like, this is a good skeleton, right? Permanently stacking attack and defense is a very good start. But where this character becomes a bit of a problem and where I think the EZA would potentially really fix this guy is in the intro animation buff. We get into a little bit of trouble here. It's just because of this right here, right? Even when this character came out, this was a problem because of just the way that the 7th anniversary sort of just had a hard reset in terms of event power creep, right? That was sort of the big thing. Now, Gogeta, the Super Saiyan 4s and the Super Saiyan Gods, spoiler alert, we're talking about them here in a minute, you know, they were way better than the rest of the game when they came out, but it really, what separated, like, what made the 7th anniversary special was the sort of quality gap in terms of boss fights, right? Just how much more difficult, especially when we got to part 3 with Broly and Omega Shenron. Broly was way harder, but Omega wasn't just like he was still a tough fight. He wasn't a pushover. So it's this guard, right? I kind of went on a tangent there, but it's the fact that we only have guard for that one turn, and this became a problem, which was the point that I need to circle back to, that we only had that one turn of guard, and then turn 3, these guys would become a bit of a problem. When we fused with the damage reduction per rainbow orb here, right, with crit chance, damage reduction, however many rainbow key spheres we got, maybe we can up this number up a little bit, maybe we could double it. I don't know, that might be too much, right? 70% damage reduction for 5 rainbow orbs might be too good. But this guy, very, very good offensively, and again, going to be a very significant linking partner for a potential Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta that we might be getting during the anniversary. I'm sure most of you guys know at this point, Dan was playing during one of the promotional things, so very good chance for GT it's going to be Gogeta 4, but we shall see. So I think Gogeta 4, very, very high chance he'll be EZAing. Let's just talk about the other character while we're here. Basically, every point that I made with the Super Saiyan 4s is going to transfer over here to the Super Saiyan Gods, but the difference is going to be when we go into with the transform version, we are going to have the dodge chance with the rainbow orbs instead of the damage reduction. Now, the action break, I didn't really talk about that with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but very, very, like, you know, good mechanic, especially if you're trying to hide this character. If there's one attack in slot 3, you can put these guys in slot 3, get that action break, and then you are A-okay, so long as there are not AoEs on the turn. And if there are AoEs, you do have the potential to get dodge chance with the rainbow orbs, and there's sort of a way to work around that. This character, definitely not in the greatest state right right now, but if you were in like an absolute pinch and you have to use them, it's not just like your run is over because you have to use them, but there are cases where that's definitely the case, right? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you this is like a really, really good character right now, but if you're just in a spot where this is literally the only option, you can potentially get lucky during a run and these guys can work, right? That's sort of what I'm getting at, but that also is the case for like most characters in the game. Now, when it comes to the leader skill here, Movie Heroes Kamehameha, again, a lot of synergy there, and there's another character we'll be talking about here in a little bit that will fit right onto this leader skill. You know, Power Beyond Super Saiyan Kamehameha, same thing, a lot of synergy between those categories. I need 200% for potentially a multiple anniversary characters, because if we get like a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we will be in a good spot with this guy's leader skill. And again, these first few 200% just going to be very, very important EZAs, and I think that they are going to have a lot of potential. I'm not going to speculate too much on what their EZAs are going to do, but I will say for the fact I think that there is just like it is way more likely than it is not that these guys are going to EZA. Let's go ahead and move on to a character who is not a guarantee, but one who would make a lot of sense. And this is going to be Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Bojack movie. Now, this guy, very old, came out in December 14th of 2020. So we are over 4 years entering that 5-year purgatory for this character being out. Now, with the Kamehameha theme, who has one of the most recognizable Kamehameha moments in all of the series? Our buddy Gohan, right? The father-son Kamehameha, a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that could potentially work next to this guy, depending on what the name of the character is. This Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is due for his EZA and will work well with movie hero characters, especially with the movie hero characters whose name include Goku. And guess who is on that? Boom, 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 right? So it's going to be very helpful for this character, and it's going to look very nice. So this guy can become an offensive powerhouse, especially with the active skill and stuff like that. This guy has a very easy path to being like really good. With attack and defense plus keys for obtained, if we get that number up, right, stuff like that, raises defense on both of the super attack effects, very good stuff. So I think that this guy definitely has some potential. He has the key per orb mechanic, so it shouldn't be too hard to get to 24 key on this guy. Maybe we make him a tech orb changer, definitely not impossible. His active skill is a bit of a pain, but it is not impossible. I don't like the HP restriction because they love getting cute with this nonsense, right, where it's like, if it's a Goku, how cute can we get with the 59%? And when it's a Gohan, how cute can we get with the 58%? That's always kind of been like a focus of theirs when it comes to these characters, but it does kind of work in theme here with the Goku and Gohan from the Bojack movie. Obviously, Goku bending the rules of the afterlife to help Gohan during the Bojack fight. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So this guy, with his EZA, could be very impactful, and I think that there is a decent chance that this is like a countdown celebration EZA, or maybe a part 1 LR EZA. Definitely not a guarantee. It's really tough to kind of like pinpoint all of these, but I think this is definitely a major candidate for one. Now, let's go ahead and move into the potential part EX or part 4, whatever, the special thank you part, akin to what they did last year. I think there's a very high chance that these two characters EZA, assuming that the anniversary follows the traditional format in terms of parts, and that is going to be the worldwide 2021 characters, being Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza. Now, Namek Goku, again, the angry Kamehameha, one of the more recognizable Kamehamehas in the series, and good chance that we potentially could see a Super Saiyan Goku for this anniversary, right? With the Kamehameha theme, we could just get a straight up update to this character where the angry Kamehameha is just part of the kit, right? It's just a regular super attack animation. The beauty of this one is the quality on the animation is very good, right? Like, we technically don't need a new Bakayaro animation, but it's definitely possible. We have, with this guy, I think he is just such an important EZA because of the way that they easily could just make this character better. Like, let's just make him permanently stack attack and defense on both of his super attack effects and make him just insane, right? Like, the typical, like, kit for, and again, I don't want to talk too much about, like, what the EZA would need, but, like, you give this guy guard, you give him damage reduction, and you give him stacking. We're talking about, like, a Tech Gohan Light in terms of the way that this character easily could work, with the way where if you have him in slot 2 or slot 3, you're looking at 4 to 5 supers pretty regularly, honestly. Decent, a horrible active skill, right? It's a nice finishing move, but like being so restricted to that 30%. Like, I guess now when these enemies have so much HP, it's not as bad. But where I see this guy having the most impact is just the amount of links that he shares with, like, look at this. 6 links with like a top 5 unit, right? The Namek Goku, this is one of the best characters in the game too. 6 links with Super Gogeta. Like this is the best unit in the game, you could argue, when he's transformed, right? And I don't know, like you could talk about Glorio, right? But we're not here to talk about that. The Super Saiyan trio, this is one of the best characters in the game. This Super Saiyan 2 Goku is crazy, right? This Gohan, crazy. I don't know, man. This guy like is one of the most impactful EZAs in terms of helping other characters just based on his links alone. So I think that this guy easily could be an amazing candidate for an EZA during the 10th anniversary. Let's go ahead and move on to the last character, which is going to be his counterpart, full Power Frieza. This guy to me feels more like a building block, right? Where last year we sort of saw that, right? Where Buhan comes out, he's crazy, we see the potential, and it's so obvious, like it's just staring us dead in the face. And we're like, yo, like, Buhan, give him the help, this guy's gonna be crazy. And by the end of the year, we're talking about how underrated Buhan is and how great he is. And I think that this easily could be the case for Frieza. Because, like, we don't know what 2025 holds for this game, right? I think that there is a very good chance that during 2025, I think the Kamehameha theme puts the Frieza for Annie to bed. I think that's not like a hot take, right? But what we could see is, coming out of Anniversary, help for this Frieza. And all of a sudden, his Sworn Enemies team, or his, you know, the Wicked Bloodline team, or what's the other one? Excuse me. Transformation Boost, like that's already a team, right? It's tough. Like this guy's on some good teams, right? Like maybe Terrifying Conquerors by the end of the year is a real team, right? I don't know what Dime is going to hold for characters and stuff like that, but easily could see this guy becoming pretty crazy if the, you know, what's the word? The game kind of just like pans out for him. And I think that there is a very good chance that it does, right? I could easily see this guy having sort of a Buhan type of legacy from 2024, right? Like history tends to repeat itself, and I could easily see that happening. So there we go. Those are 5 characters that I think could EZA during the 10th anniversary. I'm sure that there are some that you guys are thinking of right now, and you're screaming in your head, where the hell is this guy? But I just wanted to go over 5 of the major ones that I think people would be the most excited about. I think TUR, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the Int 1, is definitely a potential candidate for an EZA. And then when it comes to LRs, it is sort of tough to just like look at this picture or this cards list and be like, oh yeah, this is easy, right? If you really want to break it down, right, like Goku and Piccolo could maybe find their way in, but I'm not sure. But when it comes to like major Kamehameha characters, things are a little bit tricky. Maybe these part 2 7th anniversary characters could potentially get their EZA. But then when we get to like the first page of this and we go to the bottom, like it's getting real tight, right? Like I'm not expecting any of the, maybe this Goku and Gohan maybe gets like a special EZA or something, but I'm not sure. So let me know down below what you guys think. If you did enjoy today's little quick list, let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you were new, and I'll see you all in the next one.